Right now, while you are watching this video, there are 7 SUVs sitting on used car lots across America that nobody wants. Salespeople are dropping prices on them weekly. Managers are moving them to the back of the lot just to get them out of the way. And every single one of them is one of the most mechanically sound vehicles you can buy at any price. I have been a mechanic for over 2 decades. I have put my hands on thousands of vehicles. I have watched reliable cars get sold for a fortune, and unreliable ones get snapped up because of a badge. The gap between what the market thinks a car is worth and what a car is actually worth is wider than I have ever seen it. 7 SUVs. All of them are available under the radar right now. All of them have proven reliability records. Most of them are depreciating for one reason. The average buyer does not know what they are. Number 7 on this list is one I have recommended quietly to 3 different customers this year alone. All 3 came back and said the same thing. Why did I not buy one of these years ago? Number 1 is an SUV with a V8 engine, a body-on-frame chassis, and a reliability record so good the manufacturer barely touches the design for over a decade. It is selling right now for half the price of a comparable Land Cruiser, and most people walk right past it. Let's get into all 7. Let's start the countdown. Top 1 Mazda CX-9 2016 present. Starting our list is a vehicle that often gets overlooked in the crowded 3-row segment. The Mazda CX-9 is the most ignored 3-row SUV in America, and I say that as someone who genuinely gets frustrated watching people walk onto lots and pay $30,000 for a Chevy Traverse with transmission problems waiting to happen. Here is a story. About 8 months ago, a guy came into my shop. He was a contractor with 2 teenagers and a wife who drives long distances for work. He was looking at a 2019 Honda Pilot. The dealer wanted $27,500. Decent truck, nothing wrong with it. But I pulled up a 2018 Mazda CX-9 Grand Touring with 61,000 miles on it, listed at $21,800. He had never even heard of the CX-9. Most people haven't. He bought it. He came back 3 months later just to tell me it was the best car decision he had ever made. Here is why the CX-9 belongs on this list. The second generation, which ran from 2016 to the present, uses Mazda's 2.5-liter turbo engine. This is not a fragile, hot-running turbo setup bolted onto an engine designed for something else. Mazda engineered this from the ground up. The engine produces 227 horsepower on regular fuel and 250 horsepower on premium fuel. Towing capacity is 3,500 pounds, and it drives nothing like a 3-row family hauler. RepairPal gives the CX-9 a 4.0 out of 5.0 reliability rating. Annual repair costs average around $540 per year, which is well below the $630 average for the 3-row segment. These are not cheap plastic dashboards either. The interior quality on a 2018 Grand Touring Rivals vehicles that cost $10,000 more. What you are paying for in the depreciation discount is Mazda's market perception problem. People do not think of Mazda when they think of SUVs. That is your opportunity. Current asking prices for a 2018 CX-9 with under 70,000 miles run between $21,000 and $24,000. The same year Honda Pilot runs $27,000 to $31,000. That is a $6,000 to $7,000 gap for an SUV that by every objective reliability measure is the Pilot's equal. What to check before buying? Listen for a slight rattle at cold startup. The 2.5 turbo can develop minor chain tension or noise on poorly maintained examples. It usually costs $400 to address. If the oil looks dark and thick at inspection, walk away. These engines reward consistent oil changes and punish neglect. Also check the second row sliding mechanism. It can stiffen up on high mileage examples. Not expensive, but annoying. If you need a 3-row SUV and you are willing to drive something that sounds like Mazda instead of Honda, you are going to save thousands of dollars and get a better driving experience doing it. Top 2 Buick Enclave 2018 and newer. Next up is a luxury-leaning option that suffers from an image problem rather than a mechanical one. Number 6 is the Buick Enclave 2018 and newer. I know what you're thinking. A Buick? Hear me out. The second-generation Buick Enclave launched in 2018 and shares its platform and its 3.6-liter V6 with the Chevy Traverse and the GMC Acadia. The 3.6-liter LGX V6 that General Motors uses in these vehicles has been developed and refined since 2004. By the time it landed in the second-generation Enclave, the rough edges had been ironed out. The engine produces 310 horsepower. It is paired with a 9-speed automatic, and the powertrain combination is legitimately solid when it has been maintained. The reason the Enclave sits on lots is pure badge discrimination. People want Cadillac or nothing. The Buick name makes buyers think they are buying their grandparents' car. But what they are actually leaving on the table is one of the most spacious, well-equipped, 3-row SUVs available at a significant discount. I had a 2019 Enclave Avenger come through my shop earlier this year with 88,000 miles. The owner was trading up to a Navigator. I inspected the whole vehicle. Brakes had 40% life left. Tires were even. No codes, no leaks. The leather in that thing was better than some Audis I have worked on. It sold for $24,000. A comparable 2019 Lincoln Aviator, $38,000 to $42,000. A 2019 Cadillac XT6, $33,000 to $37,000. What to check? The 9-speed automatic can shutter during low-speed shifts on early 2018 models. General Motors released a software update for this. Make sure it has been applied. Also, check the transmission fluid condition. If it is dark brown instead of pink or red, plan on a fluid flush immediately and factor $200 into your offer. Inspect the panoramic sunroof drain tubes. They can clog in climates with heavy pollen or debris, which leads to water intrusion. It is a $150 fix if caught early. Buy a 2019 or newer Enclave Premium or Avenir. You are getting full luxury appointments, a third row, a powerful V6, and enough room to move a small family and their gear, all for prices that start well under $25,000 on the used market. The name on the hood is the only reason it is there. Top 3 Honda Passport, 2019 present. Moving on to a vehicle that is often overshadowed by its more famous siblings in the Honda lineup. The Honda Passport is the forgotten middle child of the Honda SUV lineup. Nobody talks about it. It does not have the brand recognition of the Pilot or the CR-V. Dealers cannot sell them because buyers do not ask for them by name. That is your advantage. The second-generation Passport launched in 2019, and it shares its platform with the Pilot. It has the same 3.5-liter V6 engine, Honda's legendary J35Y 6-cylinder. This engine family has been in production and development since the 1990s. I have personally serviced Accords and Pilots with this engine, north of 280,000 miles without internal repairs. It is not complicated. It does not have a turbo to fail. It does not have a dual-clutch transmission to shudder. It is a naturally aspirated V6 with a 9-speed automatic that delivers 280 horsepower, and it will run until the body falls off. The Passport sits between the CR-V and the Pilot in terms of size, but it rides higher and actually has better ground clearance than the Pilot, 8.1 inches, compared to the Pilot's 7.3 inches. It also has a slightly more aggressive suspension tune. For people who want something that can handle light trails and rough roads without going full truck, the Passport is the answer nobody found. A 2021 Passport with all-wheel drive and 50,000 miles lists between $26,000 and $30,000. A 2021 Pilot with similar miles lists between $32,000 and $36,000. You are paying $6,000 less for the exact same powertrain, slightly better off-road ability, and the only thing you are giving up is the third row you probably were not using anyway. Inspect the transmission fluid first. The 9-speed in early 2019 Passports occasionally had shift hesitation complaints. Honda addressed it in later production runs. If you are looking at an early 2019 model, make sure a firmware update has been applied. Also, check the rear differential fluid if it is all-wheel drive. Honda specifies fluid changes every 30,000 miles, and most owners skip it. It is $90 to have it done, and it protects a component that costs $2,800 to replace. Top 4 Nissan Armada, 2017 and newer. For those who need serious towing capacity and V8 power, this next SUV is a massive bargain. Number 4, Nissan Armada, 2017 and newer. The Nissan Armada does not get talked about because it drinks fuel, and I get it. The 5.6-liter Endurance V8 in these things averages 14 miles per gallon in the city. When gas prices spiked, these were practically being given away, and dealers are still sitting on them. Here is the part the market forgets. When gas prices stabilize, you are buying a full-size body-on-frame SUV with a V8 engine that has one of the most proven reliability records in the entire truck-based SUV segment for a fraction of what a comparable Sequoia or Tahoe costs. The 5.6-liter VK6VD engine is the same engine family used in the Nissan Titan, the Infiniti QX80, and a variant of the Nissan Patrol, which is the go-to vehicle for oilfield operations in the Middle East because it refuses to die in brutal conditions. I have worked on high-mileage Armadas with original engines and original transmissions. These powertrains are legitimately tough. The 2017 and newer Armada is a completely different vehicle from the old platform. It sits on the Patrol's body-on-frame chassis, 7-speed automatic transmission, standard towing capacity of 8,500 pounds, and 400 horsepower. A 2019 Nissan Armada Platinum with 65,000 miles lists around $34,000 to $38,000. A 2019 Toyota Sequoia with similar miles lists for $44,000 to $50,000. You are getting the same capability, a comparable level of reliability, and you are saving $10,000 to $12,000. A premium that is no longer justified at that price difference. Budget for tires and fuel. The tires are large and they wear faster if the alignment and rotation schedules have been skipped. Check all 4 tires for even wear. If the fronts are more worn than the rear, alignment was ignored. Check the transfer case fluid as well. These vehicles are often bought by people who tow, and towing without proper fluid maintenance accelerates wear in the drivetrain. If gas mileage does not keep you up at night, and you want a bulletproof V8 SUV that can tow, haul 7 passengers, and do it for 300,000 miles with basic maintenance, there is no better value on a used car lot today. Top 5 Acura MDX 2014-2020. If you want luxury and reliability without the German maintenance costs, this 3rd-generation SUV is the perfect choice. Number 3, Acura MDX from 2014 to 2020. This is the one that makes me shake my head every time I see the asking prices. The 3rd-generation Acura MDX uses Honda's 3.5-liter J35 V6 engine. Same engine as the Passport, same engine as the Pilot, same engine family that I just told you has gone 280,000 miles without internal repairs in my own shop. Except this time, it's wrapped in a full luxury package with Acura's SHAWD, one of the most sophisticated all-wheel drive systems in the non-German luxury segment. And it depreciates like luxury always does, hard and fast. I had a customer, a retired teacher, come in last spring. She had a budget of $22,000 and wanted something reliable and comfortable. I almost did not bring up the MDX because I was not sure she would go for it. I pulled up a 2016 MDX technology package with 74,000 miles listed at $21,500. She test drove it and she bought it the next day. 6 months later, she called to tell me it had passed 90,000 miles and she had spent $0 on anything except an oil change. A 2016 Acura MDX with under 80,000 miles lists from $19,000 to $24,000 right now. A 2016 BMW X5 with similar miles lists from $22,000 to $29,000. But the X5 will cost you $2,100 per year in maintenance on average. The MDX averages $571 per year. That math is not close. What to watch for? Some models from 2014 to 2015 had a torque converter shutter issue at highway speeds. Honda issued a service bulletin, so make sure it has been addressed on anything from those years. Check the SHAWD system on a test drive. Accelerate from a stop aggressively and feel for any vibration or hesitation. A healthy SHAWD system engages seamlessly. Any binding or clunking deserves a deeper inspection. Check the VTC actuator. At cold startup, a healthy MDX engine should be quiet within 10 seconds. Any persistent ticking or rattling that lasts more than 30 seconds could indicate a variable timing control actuator issue, which runs about $900 to fix. Not a deal breaker, just negotiate accordingly. The Acura MDX at $21,000 is one of the single best value propositions in the used luxury SUV market. I'll say it flat out, Honda reliability, German fighting features, Italian car depreciation. Top 6 Toyota Venza Hybrid 2021-2023. Our next entry proves that hybrid technology can be incredibly durable and efficient at the same time. Number 2, Toyota Venza Hybrid 2021 to 2023. I want to be clear about why this SUV is on the list. It is not just underrated, it is genuinely one of the most technically impressive and durable SUVs Toyota has ever built. And it is sitting on lots because buyers think hybrid means fragile. It does not. The 2021 Venza uses Toyota's fifth-generation hybrid system. The same system, refined and updated, has been running in Camrys and Highlanders for over a decade. The 2.5-liter four-cylinder engine, combined with 2 electric motors, produces 210 combined horsepower. Real-world fuel economy sits between 36 and 40 miles per gallon, depending on driving habits. Toyota's hybrid battery packs are covered under warranty for 10 years and 150,000 miles in most states. And the real-world failure rate on Toyota hybrid batteries is so low that I have personally never replaced one in a vehicle that was properly maintained. The Venza also eliminated the mechanical rear differential entirely. The rear wheels are powered exclusively by an electric motor. That means no rear drive shaft to fail and no differential fluid to change. The all-wheel drive system has fewer moving parts than a conventional all-wheel drive setup, and it delivers power faster because electric motors respond instantly. A 2021 Toyota Venza Hybrid with 40,000 miles lists between $30,000 and $34,000. A 2021 RAV4 Hybrid XSE lists between $34,000 and $38,000. You are getting a vehicle that is quieter, smoother, more fuel efficient, and arguably better engineered. And you are paying less for it because buyers overlook the Venza nameplate. The only inspection concern is the 12-volt auxiliary battery. All hybrids have one. It is separate from the main hybrid battery. On high-mileage examples, the 12-volt can weaken and cause the hybrid system to throw warning lights. A replacement runs $180. It is the first thing I check on any used hybrid. Top 7 Lexus GX 460. Finally, we reach the top spot, a vehicle that is essentially a tank disguised as a luxury SUV. Here's the thing I need you to understand before I explain why this SUV is number 1. The Lexus GX 460 is mechanically related to the Toyota 4Runner. It shares the same body-on-frame platform, the same basic suspension architecture, and the same overall philosophy of brute force durability over cutting-edge features. Toyota has been selling a version of this platform for decades because it simply refuses to break down. The GX 460 has a 4.6-liter 1UR-FE V8 engine, producing 301 horsepower. It is a naturally aspirated iron block aluminum head V8 with a timing chain designed to outlast the vehicle. I have seen this engine family in Land Cruisers with over 400,000 original miles, not in magazines, in my shop. Because it is a Lexus, many have been garage kept with oil changes on schedule and dealer maintenance. The average used GX 460 you find has been better cared for than almost any other vehicle in the same segment. So why is it sitting on lots? Because the interior design is dated. The infotainment system on the 2010 to 2019 models looks like it was designed in 2008. And it was. Buyers walk in, see the screen, and walk back out. That is the reason this vehicle is available at a discount. People walking away from a mechanically perfect body-on-frame V8 SUV with a Lexus badge because the Bluetooth menu looks old are making the biggest mistake in the used car market. A 2018 Lexus GX 460 with 70,000 miles lists between $34,000 and $40,000 right now. A 2018 Land Cruiser with similar miles lists for $65,000 to $75,000. A 2018 Toyota 4Runner TRD Pro lists for $45,000 to $52,000. You are getting equal or better mechanical capability than both for significantly less money because of a screen that you can upgrade with an aftermarket Apple CarPlay unit for $400. I bought one of these for a customer last year. He was in his early 60s, retired, and wanted something that would last 10 more years with minimal headaches. I found a 2017 GX 460 Luxury with 58,000 miles for $6,500. At this point, that vehicle has 81,000 miles. Total repairs, 0. The man calls these things the most honest car in America because it does not pretend to be something it is not. It is a tank with leather seats. Here is what to check before buying. First, pull up any available service history. GX460s with dealer service records are worth a premium because Toyota dealer maintenance is thorough. Second, test the crawl control and multi-terrain select system on models that have it. Press the buttons and confirm the modes engage. A non-responsive system is typically a sensor issue that runs $200 to diagnose. Third, check the rear air suspension if equipped. Earlier models had occasional air suspension compressor wear. Listen for a compressor that runs for more than 30 seconds after startup. That indicates the system is working to maintain pressure. Budget $600 to $900 for a compressor replacement if it sounds labored. Fourth, look at the skid plates under the vehicle. If they are scratched and dented, the previous owner took it off-road. That is not automatically bad, but it means you need to check the undercarriage more carefully for any damage. Here is my honest take on the GX460. If you want the most bulletproof used SUV available on the market today at a reasonable price, this is it. Full stop. V8 engine, body on frame, Lexus quality, Toyota reliability. The only reason it is cheap is because the screen looks old, and that is the dumbest reason I have ever heard to pass up a great vehicle. Final thoughts. 7 SUVs, all of them underrated, all of them available right now at prices that don't reflect how good they actually are. The Mazda CX-9, which drives better than it has any right to for a 3-row family hauler. The Buick Enclave, luxury without the luxury badge tax. The Honda Passport, the pilot's capability without the pilot's price. The Nissan Armada, a V8 fortress for the fuel cost-tolerant buyer. The Acura MDX, Honda reliability dressed up in a luxury suit that's been drastically marked down. The Toyota Venza Hybrid, one of the most technically advanced and fuel-efficient SUVs you can buy used. And the Lexus GX460, the most underrated vehicle in the entire used market. Body-on-frame construction, V8 power, Lexus execution, available at a discount because the infotainment looks dated. Every single one of these will run past 200,000 miles if you maintain them. Every single one of them is being overlooked while buyers pay premiums for RAV4s and CRVs they researched on Reddit. The market rewards familiarity and punishes obscurity. Right now, that means these 7 SUVs are quietly available at prices that won't last. Once buyers figure out what they've been ignoring, the deals disappear. Now, if you want to go deeper on which of these makes the most sense based on your specific situation, whether you are buying for a long commute, a growing family, or raw long-term durability, I put together a full breakdown on that. It's right here. That's the information dealerships won't give you, because they want you buying what's popular, not what's smart. If this breakdown changed the way you look at the used car lot, please subscribe and like the channel. We are uncovering the mechanical history that they have tried to bury. Invest in your future driveway. The next automotive treasure will be revealed soon. Drive safe. See you in the next one.